welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me on this video. I do appreciate all the support. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. So we're going to be looking at what's happening in Gainesville. There's a recent recent news report coming from the Daily Gleaner stating that the Gainesville police in St. Catherine is clamping down on unruly motorcyclists. So I'll read the excerpt and then I'll make my comment. So Sergeant Kenneth McTavish says several bikes were seized for breaches of the Road Traffic Act. At least 7 were seized for excessive noise. McTavish says other bikes were seized because they were unlicensed, as well as because operators did not have a motorcycle license. Oh my. A motorcycle license is required before you go on a motorcycle. That is the number one thing, right? So if you are doing this, then you have to refrain from this, because you know you're just making it bad for yourself, because you're accumulating all these tickets and it will affect you in the long run. Your insurance is going to go up, and of course you're going to get points taken off your license and all of that, right? We will continue. So just to continue, it says we will continue to make the streets safe by continuing to regulate the motorcyclists to have them operate within the law, right? So of course we're not saying that the police should not do this, right? But I think another option as well is to educate the public. Make sure they're sending out, you know, all the necessary requirements that one would need before they purchase a motorcycle. Even before you purchase the motorcycle, things that you know that you will have to do as an owner, right? Because you have a responsibility for not only your life but for other people's lives as well, and it's pretty serious, right? Alex was saying that one of his friends passed away on the highway on a motorcycle, and apparently the motorcycle was giving some problems, like he had some issues with the motorcycle, and he still chose to go on the highway with the motorcycle. And that is a very dangerous operation, right? So you have to be careful. I really don't think with motorcycles being on highways are already dangerous, and with a motorcycle there's nothing around you, it's just the rider, right? And if anything happens, your body cannot withstand that impact on the pavement. It cannot. So that's why you have a high mortality rate in motorcycle accidents, right? Whenever like a car hits a motorcycle, you know, 9 times out of 10 that person may pass away or suffer very serious injuries, right? That person may not be able to walk again or have difficulty speaking. There's a whole slew of things that can happen whenever you're involved in a motorcycle accident, right? So I'm sure it's a young person and he passed away. Number one, experience says a lot, right? If you're having any difficulty, if you're having any issues with your motorcycle, I don't believe that you should be riding it. You should take it to a mechanic and get it all checked out to make sure that it is functional and it is road worthy. So just to continue, it says sometimes several residents commended the police's operation. Sometimes them frighten you with the loud noise, so we are pleased with the police. That's one of the comment from one of the citizens. It was revealed by the police that last month 3 motorcyclists were fined over $50,000 for various breaches. So these fines are not cheap. I know how hard it is right now regarding, you know, your finances and all of that. So it's not easy to pay for these tickets. A lot of people are having a lot of financial difficulty. So if you're able to save that money that you'll be paying for the tickets, you know, to use it to do something else, right? So all citizens, I believe, should be responsible in making sure that, number one, you're obeying the law and you're not going against whatever you're supposed to be doing, right? Because you can be pulled over and charged and all of that. So try to avoid it. So make sure that you are licensed, make sure that the motorcycle is registered, and make sure that you have your insurance. Make sure you're wearing your helmet. That is a requirement. It's protecting you, right? So make sure that you have a proper helmet, one that is certified, right? And when you get the helmet, you look inside the helmet to make sure that these helmets are reaching the proper safety standards, right? And that's another thing that the government can look out for, again, because we have so much imports coming into the country. Are these helmets certified? Can they withstand the impact? It's not just about wearing a helmet, it's about wearing a helmet that has passed certain regulations and certification in terms of safety, right? They have government regulations that they have to meet before they can be a certified helmet. Have to make sure that this thing will perform in the event of an accident, right? We all know that the body is not protected, but you have to do what you can to make sure the head is protected, right? Because the high rate of mortality is already high with the helmet. So can you imagine without the helmet, right? So there's a couple other things that I just want to point out with what is causing all these tickets, right? What is the issue? So some of the issues are speeding. So speeding is a factor, loud noise. So if your bike is making a loud noise, you have to make sure that, because what they do is they remove certain things from the muffler, and then the bike has this loud noise, right? So some people go as far as removing the muffler from the motorcycle because they think that the louder the noise, the better it is for the machine, or they think that the performance is going to be better. I don't know why they would do that, because it is going to violating the law when you remove the muffler from the motorcycle to cause a loud noise, right? And of course you are tampering with the machine as well, therefore the performance may be compromised, right? So you don't want to do that. Another thing is, whenever you have a pillion rider, that pillion rider must wear a helmet as well, right? Not just the rider. So the pillion rider should be wearing a helmet, and he should be properly seated on the motorcycle as well, right? Licensed riders, that's another factor. And unregistered motorcycle, make sure that your plates are up to date and they're registered and they're in line with all the road traffic guidelines as well, right? So therefore, if the police pulls you over, then you are not out of line for anything. You can't get a ticket and all of that, right? So just make sure, because now they're going to be targeting people in Gainesville. More so, I think they should be doing this across Jamaica, but make sure that you're also educating the public as to what is required before you even purchase a motorcycle, right? Because as you know that motorcycles are being used to commit a lot of crimes in Jamaica, and the police is now on the lookout for the perpetrators, right? And they're acting as if they are delivery people. You know, they go around and do all these things just to throw you off. And so the police has to now be pulling over a lot more motorcycle riders to make sure they're, of course, have all their paperwork and everything is up to date. So in saying that, I really think that the police should make sure that they're doing their part in educating the public, especially for the younger citizens, mostly men, wanting to purchase a motorcycle. We do know the risk of motorcycle, what it involves and all of that, right? A car, to me, would be much safer. So just to make sure that you're applying yourself accordingly. Vehicle is running on track, making sure your motorcycle is well up to scratch, like it's not having any mechanical issues, and all the paperwork is in order, so that you're not on the wrong side of the law if you are pulled over. Because when you go to court, you have to have your receipts, meaning you have to have proof that yes, the vehicle is registered, yes, you were wearing your helmet, all of this, right? So just make sure, because the police is now more vigilant when they're looking out. They're checking for people who are violating the law, right? So be careful of what you are doing, because this news report or this news clip is telling me that the police now is going harder than usual. So make sure that everything is on the up and up, right, before you venture out to ride your motorcycle. And kudos to Alex, right? We don't know what happened the last time. He was saying that he got 4 tickets, but we never got like the details of why the police was giving him all these tickets and stuff like that, right? Just remember all the stuff that I mentioned just now. If you're doing what you're supposed to do, then when you go to court, you can show the judge. You have everything, all the evidence, all the receipts to show that you're not in violation, and you can fight those tickets. So without your receipts, you can't fight the tickets, right? And my condolences go out to Alex's friend who lost his life on the highway. Be careful of riding the motorcycles on the highway. It's a higher speed, and therefore your motorcycle has to be in tip-top condition, right? You have to make sure that there are no issues with this motorcycle. And also, I would suggest that you use the other roads, right, away from the highways. I think it would be much safer for you to use the local roads as opposed to the highway. If you're going a great distance, I would use public transportation, right? Because you never know. There's a lot of fatalities going on right now on the highway, and to add a motorcycle to the mix, it's very, to me, it's not a safe choice to go on the highway with the motorcycle, especially if you're young, you're not that experienced, and the motorcycle has issues, right? So be safe, everyone. Make sure that you are just abiding by the guidelines, and make sure that you're not caught up in the clampdown, because the police now, they're targeting all the motorcycles, especially in the Geisel area. I mean, they're doing it everywhere, I guess. But now the Geisel police have issued a statement to say that they are going to be clamping down. Please also, to Sergeant Kenneth McTavish, I would say that it's good to educate the people in your area, because that police station is in Geisel. So I would make sure that you keep some type of community event where you hand out some flyers, you show some safety videos, something to draw the youth's interest, right? And to show them that you care, you care about their safety as well, right? So hand out some information to them, or where they can access certain information that they would need to make sure that they are walking the chalk line, quote unquote, right? It would be nice to keep a little community event and educate all the people or the riders there in the community, and make it more engaging, more friendly, more accessible, right? The people want information, and I do believe that most people will abide by the rules and regulations set out. So in saying that, I just want everyone to have a safe holiday, and make sure that you're doing what you're supposed to do. you're keeping yourself safe and others, because you never know if you miss one thing, what will happen. So make sure that you're doing everything that you're supposed to do. Do your safety check before you come out in the mornings, or whenever you're going out. Just do your safety check. Walk around your bike, make sure everything is in order. Even before you set out on the road, you do a little spin in your area to make sure that the bike is fully functional and there are no issues with it before you go on to the major roads. Thank you so much for joining me on this video. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Take care of yourself and others. See you on the next video.